Hello there, Sev from 17 once again, bringing you Chapter 3 in my Killzone 3 Elite Difficulty video walkthrough. And this level's called 6 Months On. And this is the third time I've tried to do this goddamn commentary, because for some reason my computer does not want to record the audio, so... yeah, I just shattered that illusion, took all the fun out of this and all the spontaneity, because unfortunately I'm going to be repeating myself like a fucking senile old woman. But this is a stealth level, believe it or not, and it's the only level of its kind, and it works surprisingly well. This is the only level on the game where when you aim at a Helghast's face and you press the trigger, his head will burst every time, regardless of distance or weapon, and it is the most fun this game is. Watch this. One down, one bullet, another one, another bullet. How good did that look? How good did it sound? Just imagine how good it felt. Because when I was playing this moment, I was like, this is what this game should be. If the rest of this game was like this, this would be one of the best first-person shooters I have ever played. Because it's satisfying. It feels good. And it's all about that emotional response from what you're doing. That is why we play games. That is why we enjoy games. And the fact that after this level, it goes back to shooting a guy 50 times in the fucking face, only for him to stand back up after it and smile at you, is unbelievable, and it baffles me. It obfuscates me. It's ridiculous.
Two more up ahead.
But this section is pretty simple. You just follow this bearded guy. He's going to tell you to kill people. So if you follow him and you headshot them, you shouldn't have any problems. You can use the local fauna, like you just saw me do there. Those plants will kill people if they're close to them. And what will happen is, if you fuck up a shot or you get seen, the Helghast will sound an alarm, and then they'll send for reinforcements, and it goes back to bullshit game, where you have to shoot people 2 million times, and they have to shoot you 4 times, and you die. So, your best bet here is to try and be as stealthy as you can. If you do fuck up, restart the checkpoint, and if you get to the end of this, flawlessly, unseen, you will get a trophy for doing it, so there is an incentive. And it's fun, and it feels good. And I can't even enunciate, I can't even put words into thought processes that why this design choice didn't make the rest of the game. Were the people game testing that didn't say, dudes, this is awesome. If your game was like this all the time, I wouldn't get frustrated shooting one guy 50 times, only to shoot the next guy 50 times. It's just baffling. But those machines just there, they're troop carriers, and they're like mini tanks. And there's a section coming up where the bearded guy leaves you and you have to go and pick up a transponder or something. And I thought it was the hardest part of the game on Veteran, but on my recording run for Elite, I ended up jumping into a little spot that makes you almost invulnerable, and it's so sneaky, and it makes the section really easy. And I must have died 20 times on Veteran. I was actually fearing the section on Elite, and I did it the first time, and I've got a fantastic strategy for you. So if you're having trouble with that and you're worrying about it, don't worry whatsoever. I've got an awesome strategy. But all this is now is slightly bigger areas where you get to snipe people's faces and kill different dudes. If you crouch in this yellow looking grass, you can't be seen. And that's going to play a pretty large role coming up, because you have to sneak past a ton of people. But on this moment, just pick your shots, make sure you're accurate, make sure you hit them, and just try not to get too attached to precise aiming, because it doesn't last, because, yeah, this is Killzone 3. And I always hark back to, like, did anybody play Dead to Rights Retribution? I think it's Retribution, whatever that new Dead to Rights were called for the Xbox, where the dude looked like an action man and he had ridiculous looking guns. That game was not a good game. On paper, that game was an averagely generic third-person shooter, but when you aimed a gun at someone's head from any distance, it made the most awesome noise and instantly killed the person. It also did a couple of seconds of slow-mo, where you literally sat there with the pad in your hands, with a big smile on your face, and you went, that felt awesome. And then you proceeded for the next 5 hours to forget, conveniently, that you were doing the same thing because it felt so satisfying. And that is what these big budget, multi-million dollar budget, to say it once again, games get wrong. They get the look right, they get the sound right, they just don't get the heart of the game. Because the priorities are wrong.
Oh my God.
We don't need these big fucking epic cutscenes, we don't need you to tell these massively engrossing stories. We want to put our aimer on a guy and we want him to fall. We don't want him to stand there as if we've rigged him full of squibs. Ugh, awful, awful, awful. But yeah, this is coming to the more challenging section of this level. because they've all found out that shit's going to be kicking off soon. They're close to finding the camp, and our bearded friend here from Medal of Honor is going to go back and leave me on my own to take down these last few camps. And this is the more challenging section, so be careful. Because the first section we're going to be stealthing past some dudes, which the only way you can fuck it up is if you go out of the grass or if you do it too quickly, because if you go too fast, you'll actually bump into the Helghast as they spawn, and that alerts them, and it goes back to being an average third-person shooter. So you want to avoid that as much as you can. And right here, the easiest way to approach this is to kill those two guys there. And then there's one guy directly in front of me in that red cave over there. Don't go too far up here or he will see you, and snipe him as quickly as you can, because if he spots you, you're screwed. Do you see him? Oh no. My bad, he must have moved. This might be a different cave. Yeah, I think it's a different cave. That's my bad, that. But this is another section where it can go bad quickly, so you kill him first. I thought I missed then, because he didn't die instantly. Kill him up there. Kill his buddy to the left. And then the dude on the far, if you can clean him up, that's another section that you've whittled down. That can go wrong so quickly and so easily, and it becomes very difficult. So once again, restart the checkpoint if you fuck it up, but push onwards. Take your time, admire the lovely fauna, because this level looks really cool. It looks kind of creepy if you don't like insects, but aside from that, it looks pretty badass. It's got some really nice looking hues and colours. And it's a theme with this game. It's got some really nice locations in this game, it truly does. Especially the use of light, because when it's high definition and everything glares so much, and it always looks so nice and so glistening, and it just resonates and looks awesome. This next stealth section coming up, you want to be careful with, because it's very easy to fuck up. And what I start with is I generally pop the dude on the bottom straight away, like him. And you'll notice there's two up on that tier, and there's one to my right. And you've got to be as accurate as you can, because if you fuck up these shots, you're going to set the alarm off. And when the dudes turn up, there's the capture troopers, which are the super fast guys in the armor that like to knife you. And it's not good. So you need to just be as stealthily as you can. And use this grass to your advantage. And when you push on around this corner, you'll see that there's a cove there. I think there's a dude in it though. You see him? Yeah, that's the cove where there's a dude. If you push that, he will see you, the alarm will go off, and you'll fuck your run again. But when you get to this area, now it's basically time to play in the grass. So if you crouch, and you go up this side here, be careful, don't do it too quickly, or you will bump into the spawning Helghast. And then you make your way into this cave, move around the outskirts, completely ignore the big troop carrier guy things, because they're just bad news, then big time bad news. And then come over to this dry grass here, watch out for him. If you move that, he'll probably see you, so don't push that too quickly. And then just continue sneaking up this side. And once you've sneaked up this area, you've pretty much done the stealthier section of this level. You've just got to be warned, because the section coming up, if I did not find this sneaky little trick that I'm going to show you, it can be a really challenging firefight, and I had more than my share of frustration at that moment. Oh, right there, I get stung by those scorpion plants, so watch out for the scorpion tail plants, because they will hurt you, especially on elite. If there's a few of them, they'll probably kill you, so don't get too overzealous with them. All you have to do is you can shoot them. You can probably melee them, but I wouldn't advise it, because melee is generally inviting death upon yourself. And this is the area where you have to do the big old firefight, because what's going to happen is, once you sneak into that compound, there's going to be an area where you can refill your ammo, there's going to be a light machine gun, there's going to be something you have to press, and then when you do that, 2 troop carriers are going to swing in, followed by a bunch of Helghast, and it's quite the firefight. And my original strategy for it was to shoot people from where the ammo box is, and was then to flank around them all, but on this run, it's a lot smoother, so thankfully. You'll also notice, once I cleaned up all those guys, I'm searching around here to see if I can find a heavy weapon, because the first fight I had in this area on Veteran, it was so difficult, I couldn't kill them at all, and I didn't know why, and the only gun I can really find is the light machine gun. I was hoping there was going to be a rocket launcher somewhere, or that gun, that bolt gun that I love, but yeah, you're pretty limited, and once you want to kick it off, all you have to do is move to there, and the cutscene will commence. So I skip the cutscene, and this is the firefight. Straight away, you want to try and kill as many of the Helghast as you can before they flank you. they will be really accurate and cause you some raid trouble. So kill them. You'll notice grenades are coming. Grenade spam is bad. And right then, look what I did. I jumped to get away from the grenade, and it ended up putting me in here. And right now, for some reason, nothing shoots at me. I can't see a lot, but the grenades aren't on me. They can probably throw grenades in here, but for whatever reason they stopped throwing grenades, and it enables me to pick off all the enemies and have absolutely no trouble whatsoever. My screen probably doesn't even go red again. You see what I mean? He can't shoot me. And then you can see the arm of the troop carrier there, and you can just cheese it. Keep cleaning up dudes, keep being safe. You don't have to worry about your back because you're in cover if they do flank round. And as soon as you want to get a better shot, just try and jump out of it. And there you go. You can move yourself into a different bit of cover, and now it's just a fight with the troop carrier who's going to fire rockets at you. So make sure you use as much cover as you can, then pop out and shoot him in between his barrages. These things take a hell of a lot of damage, so don't get disheartened. They do take a beating, but as soon as you kill that one, another one will show up on the far side of this arena. You have to kill him, and then it's the next section of the level. But yeah, this fight can be really difficult. I had a ton of trouble on it when I was recording. It was almost as if a gift had fallen into my lap because I fell in between those boxes into that little crevice, and for whatever reason it was a win section for me. So you'll notice there's another one of the troop carriers over on the far ridge. He's got probably a better shot at you even though he's at a worse angle because the missiles arch. But just keep shooting him, popping into cover, shooting, pop into cover. Once you've cleaned him up, you can move forward, but just be really careful when you move forward on these sections because the Helghast will kill you really quickly, and you don't want to have to go back to the start of this checkpoint because I got super lucky here. You might get lucky too, and if you die, you may not be so lucky the second time around. So as soon as the music subsides, it means that's the end of the firefight, and you can push on. But that's the end of this first video, so I'll see you in the next one. I hope it helped, and you take care now.